Hello, I'm Rachel, the Messy Minimalist. Welcome back to my channel. Today is kind of an informal video. It's not one that I've put a whole bunch of thought into. This was kind of like my old videos back in the day. Actually, I'm still just winging it. So, kind of an informal video today, but I just wanted to do a few things around the house before I gear up for our February monthly challenge, which is gonna be airing next week. I'm just not done editing it, so anyway, you're gonna get that next week, unfortunately. First, let me just say that I don't even know if I believe in omens, but I kind of do. Sometimes it's just nice to justify things that happen. The purpose of today's video is to talk about how bizarre it can be when you think that you really love something. Like you think you're gonna keep something. Maybe you've been decluttering and this thing has crossed your path and you end up saying like, no, I love this. This brings me joy. I'm gonna keep it. And then that thing breaks. What do you do when it breaks? This is an honest question to you guys. Do you find that the things that break get replaced because you really did love them and you just had to replace them? Or do you find that when something breaks, you just let it be gone? And I say this because I had an interesting thing happen. I'm sure you can guess, I had something break. This has been a reoccurring thing that keeps happening to me, probably because I'm a Butterfingers and I just drop stuff a lot, such as my phone, which is also broken at the moment. It's really weird because other than the phone, that's actually a totally different thing. The phone I'm really devastated by, but most of the stuff that I have that breaks, I don't replace. And I might even keep it for a while being like, oh, I'm gonna fix it. So I'm pretty sure that this is an omen. Like if there's such a thing as omens out there, this has to be an omen because the thing that broke is like a sand timer. Just kinda. I've just always loved these and they came back into popularity maybe last year or something like that. And so I started seeing them everywhere, which was kind of exciting because the only sand timer that I ever had was the one that came in like some old board game. I don't know if it was, what board game was that? Was it Scrabble? There was some board game that had a sand timer in it and I would always steal the timer out. So whenever my family went to go play that board game, we wouldn't have the timer for it. And I just thought it was such a cool thing. And then again, they kind of like came into vogue last year and suddenly there's sand timers everywhere. And I picked one up for myself. My sand timer actually had 3 timers. This one, and a third one. It was encased in a little box, which I'll show you the pieces of. So let me tell you a story about what happened. Basically, I was sitting here in my chair. I don't even know what I was doing, probably editing. And my daughter was playing in the room here. I whipped the chair around, just knocked it right off. It wasn't even like a really epic knock. It was just kind of like a so even more disappointing, I suppose, but it shattered. So the way it actually worked, it was really cool. It looked kind of like this, but it had sides to it and it had 3, not 2. And at the top, it says the different minutes. It's really cute. It was probably something, I think that I got at Target when I was back in my buying days and I just bought a bunch of useless stuff. So back to my story. When I knocked it off the counter, and I turned and looked at it, and I had this like immediate devastating feeling in me. I was just like, oh, dang. My daughter comes over immediately like, whoa, what was that? What was that? Of course, there was this glass on the ground and I'm like, oh, stay back, stay back. So I expected her to be upset because she also loved this thing. But I'm sitting there and I'm keeping my cool, but I'm basically just like, shoot. Man. And my 3-year-old pats me on the side and she says, it's okay, Mama, it's okay. It's just stuff. You are wise beyond your years, child. You are right, it is just stuff. And I'm sitting there, I'm the one who's having trouble like dealing with this thing that broke, this thing that probably cost $7 or something. And she's being so sweet and understanding to me and just letting me know that it is okay. It's okay, it's just stuff. We can get another one. And that's what got me to thinking, Sure, we can get another one, something close to it anyway, but I don't even know if I want another one. That's the thing that gets me. I'm like, do I even want one? Not really. And thus, I start looking around this space that still isn't figured out, which I realize you're probably wondering. You're like, hey, didn't you declutter that like a year ago? Why is that space not perfect? I'll tell you, and it's because I refuse to design or make up a space or buy stuff for a space until I am totally done getting this junk out of my life. The point is I'm looking around and I'm just seeing stuff that I was like, I want to keep this, like I like this thing, whatever the thing is. But if it were to break, I don't know if I'd get another one. Then you start walking around your whole house and you're just like nudging stuff off the counter because you're like, oh, oops, now it's broken, I have to get rid of it. It's a weird thing that happens, and obviously I don't want to be wasteful. I'm not actually gonna go break a bunch of stuff, but it just gets you thinking. And there's very few things that I really care to replace. I guess that's what I'm getting at. There's just very few things I care to replace. So I don't know that I have a whole lot else to say, but I guess that's kind of my just little bit of story time. And sorry that that's so long. I just feel like I haven't gotten to sit down and just let out some of these feelings. Now I'm looking at this space finally because, as you guys know from my last video, we're expecting a baby in a couple of months. This is the space that the baby has to go. This is the baby room. Regardless, I can't help but to wonder if that little timepiece thing breaking, my sand piece, does that have to do with the fact that I'm running short on time? Like, not like I'm gonna die, I don't mean to be morbid. Maybe it's gone because it's saying like, tick tock tick, hello, you got stuff to do, so go do it. Stop tracking your time and planning everything out. Go get your stuff done. Maybe, I don't know. So what I'm gonna do for the rest of my time today, I'm just gonna make a little bit more progress in this room because, again, like it or not, I have no choice. I'm gonna have baby soon and we need to get our house in order. The next thing I need to do is get it cleared out. I have a little bit of stuff left in here from when this was my junk room. Now we need to just get all of it out of here. That's what I'm gonna do. I don't know that I'm gonna get it all done today, but let's just see how much progress I can make. The whole time that I'm in here, I'm gonna be keeping in mind, like, hey, if this thing busted, would I really care? Because if you don't care if it breaks, then you probably don't need the item. It's just something to keep in mind. Yeah, I guess that's all I got for you. Okay, let's just do this. Pretty echoey in here now that I've taken everything out. I can see that we're gonna need to get some nice cozy plushy things in here to take away this crazy echo, or else we're gonna have baby echo sounds going all throughout the house. I still have to get some boxes of paperwork and things like that out of the closet, but I have pretty well taken out everything else. I have a little shelf thing that I picked up and I sat down, and I picked up and I sat back down because I didn't really know where to put it yet. And I realized I need to sit there and actually go through that paperwork. Most likely that will go into my office. The next thing I need to do is get through the rest of the closet, hopefully just throw out half that stuff, oh my gosh. And then I'm gonna paint the walls. Pretty excited about that. Need to do some patching and whatever. Some light switch covers on, some trim. Should be good. Who knows if that sand timer dial thing was an omen or not. I really don't know. And at this point, I don't care because it was the thing that got me off my butt to finally get in here and start working on this room. Anyway, I think that we're good for now, and I'll come in here and do some painting and start kind of figuring out how it's gonna go from just a bad, poorly designed office to a light and airy baby room. Thank you guys again for hanging out with me. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. This is pretty much what you can expect to get, which is just kind of some off the cuff, get her done videos. Next week, we will have our February monthly challenge, and that should be a more structured, exciting video that is more interactive. So anyway, thanks again. Talk to you guys later. Bye. And this is gonna become the nursery. Nursery? Wow. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna clean the rest of the stuff out. Hopefully, oh my gosh, not only can I not talk, I'm just like burping constantly. Oh, it's pathetic. Done. Blammo.